programming minds. In this video, we are going to learn implementation of stack using C++ programming language. So we will understand the operations, push operation, pop, is empty, is full, peek and display stack. So let's implement using C++ programming language. So let's start with hash include iostream using namespace standard. Let's write main function int main and let's return 0. Give the semicolon here. So we will implement the stack using object oriented programming. So let's define one class as a stack, and by using private specifier let's define one integer variable which is top, and one array which will contain the 5 elements. Okay, so we will be using array for the implementation of stack, and we need one variable as a top because every time we will be accessing the topmost element from the stack. So in the public section let's define constructor. If you don't know what is constructor, you can check the C++ tutorials playlist from Programming Minds YouTube channel. We are going to upload all videos related object oriented programming, so you can understand the constructor there. So in constructor we can define the top as -1 because when we are going to construct the object of that class stack, that time there will be no item in the stack, so our top will be -1 as indexing start from the 0. So let's use for loop integer I is equal to 0, I will be less than 5, I plus plus. Okay, so here we will construct one stack and we will assign 0 value to every index. Okay, because we will construct the empty stack here. So let's now implement the isEmpty function. For that we will use the boolean data structure. So let's use bool isEmpty, and in that function we just check two conditions. Let's check if, and if top is equal to -1, then return true. Because when there are no elements in the stack, the value of top will be -1 because indexing starts from 0, and else we will return false. Okay, so this is the implementation of isEmpty function. Now let's implement isFull function. IsFull. Okay, let's initialize with full. In that function also we will check one condition. If top is equal to -1, sorry, here we need to check if top is equal to 4, then we will return true because we have the 5 elements space in the stack, as we have defined it here. We can store 5 elements, and last index will be 4. So when there will be a top is equal to 4, then the stack will be full. So let's return true when top is equal to 4, else we will return false. Okay, yeah. So this is the implementation of isFull function. Now let's define push function, void push, and in this function we need to pass one value. So let's pass int val, and let's check condition if is full, Okay, so if the stack is full, we cannot add any new element in the stack, so we will just printing message as stack is already full. We cannot add new element. And let's use cout method. Let's give the end layer. Okay, now in the else section, we will just increase the value of top by 1 by using plus plus operator, and we will assign that value which we are passing to that function to top. Okay, so array top will be, or array top will be that value. Okay, yeah, so this is the implementation of push function. Let's print message here, cout new element added in stack. Okay, so we can add message as new element added at top of the stack. Okay, so let's use handle here to give some space. It will look better. Okay, we don't need this. Yeah, so this is the implementation of push function. Now let's use pop function, void pop, and here also we need to check one condition. If is empty, if there is nothing in the stack, we cannot remove anything by using pop function. So let's print message only, cout stack is already empty, and we cannot remove anything. Okay, use handle here, and if stack is not empty, we can remove element from the top. So let's use else, and here we will be making that top element as a 0. Okay, so top is equal to 0. Yeah, we have removed the item. Now we will print message as we have removed the item from top. So removed item from the top of stack. Okay, let's use handle here, and we will reduce the value of top by -1. So minus minus, let's use minus minus. Okay, now let's use the peak function. So void peak, and by using peak function we can check the topmost element of that stack. So in the peak function also we need to check if is empty, and if this is true we cannot pick any element because there are no element in the stack. So we just show the message as no element to show in stack. Okay, now use handle here, it will look better. And if there are any element in the stack, then we can use cout method, element at the top of stack is, and we will just show the element from stack by using array variable, and we will check the top index. Let's use handle here. Okay, so this is the pick function. Okay, now let's implement the count function where we will be counting the all elements from the stack. So let's use void count, and in the count function we will check if is empty, and if this function will return true, then we will print message as cout. There are no element in the stack. Okay, let's use ender here, and else. So in else statement we will use one formula to check the total number of count from the stack itself. So formula is top plus 1. So let's use cout method. Cout total number of elements in the stack are top plus 1, because our indexing start from 0, so we will add 1 to it. Okay, so this will print the count of elements in the stack. So now let's implement the method to display element from the stack. So let's use void display stack, void display stack. Okay, in that function we will check condition if is empty, and if this condition is true we cannot show anything because stack is empty. So in that condition we will print message as cout no element to show in stack. Let's use handle. Okay, and else if there are any element in stack we can use the for loop. So now let's use first show message as a cout following are the elements in the stack. Okay, let's use handle here, and let's use for loop. Let's traverse from top to bottom. So let's define int I as a top, and so I will be greater than, or the let's I will be greater than or equal to 0, because we need to check element till the 0, and let's minus the I by 1, because we will be traversing from top to bottom, and we will show the elements of array. Okay, so or the stack. Okay, let's use message cout, and let's pass I to it, and we will add handle here. So by this method we can see the stack in the manner of stack only, like bottom to top or top to bottom. Okay, so this is the implementation of all functions which we have mentioned. We have implemented push function, pop function, is empty function, is full function, pick function, and display stack function. So now let's access that functions by using object of that class. So for that we need to go into main function, and let's define the object of that class stack, and we will just check if there are any elements in stack or not, because we have doesn't added anything in the stack. So firstly we will print message, we will check if there are any element available. So for that let's check the display stack function. So stack dot display stack. Okay, so first we will check if there are any element available in the stack or not. Then we will push 5 elements to the stack. So let's use stack dot, we have push method here. Let's, and let's just pass 10 to it. Okay, let's copy paste it 4 times more. Okay, so we will pass 20, then we will pass 30, then we will pass 40, then we will pass 50. So as we have implemented the push method, we will be passing the or we will be adding the elements in the stack by using this method. Okay, so after that we will print the whole stack by using this function again. So let's copy it and paste it here, so it will give us result after adding new elements. So we can add a cout handle here to give some space, it will look better. And after that, let's use pop method, stack dot pop, and it will remove the topmost item of the stack, and we will again display the stack by using this method. Okay, yeah. So which function is remaining? I think peak is remaining, so for that let's use peak. Okay, so stack dot peak. Okay, and also count is remaining, so let's use stack dot count. Okay, yeah, so let's run the program and check if all functions we have implemented above runs well or not. Okay, so click on local Windows debugger. So program is running successfully and there are no compilation error. So firstly, we are checking display stack function by using object of that stack class, and we got the message as no element to show in the stack because there are no element we have added. Then we have added 5 elements, so we got the message as new element added at the top of stack 5 times. Okay, so we have added 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So as per the stack rule, we have added 10 at the bottom, and we have added elements on the top of 10 like 20, 30, 40 and 50. Okay, so this is the successful implementation of push function. Then we have applied for the pop function. We are checking pop function after that. So stack dot pop, and we got the message as remove the item from the top of stack. Okay, and after that we are checking the full stack by using display stack method, and we got the result as following. So we have removed the topmost item from the stack. Okay, so after that we are checking peak function, and it's also working well because we are getting element from the top of stack as 40. Okay, and after that we are using count function, and in that function also we are getting the result as total number of elements in the stack are 4, and we have the 4 elements in the stack, 1 2 3 4. Okay, so yeah, this was the successful implementation of stack and different operations on stack using C++ programming language. You can do it by yourself, and you will learn it well. Okay, and if you like this video, you can subscribe to the Programming Minds YouTube channel. Thank you.